Skybreaker is the first DLC for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora and takes place a few weeks after the main story of the game. First, I want to give a special thanks to Ubisoft for giving me early access to the DLC. Let's start with a quick recap of the main story before we continue with the DLC content. The game begins with you as a young Navi, enrolled in the Ambassador program, or briefly tapped by the RDA, which was seemingly established to raise young Navi in the human cultural sphere. However, Navi and human relations on Pandora soured. The program started leaning towards military and covert skills for use in more confrontational landscape. Years later, you escaped up and become a part of a resistance in the western frontier, a previously unseen continent of Pandora. Your main objective is to stop RDA by finding the commander of TAP, John Mercer. Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora is set on the same timeline as the films, but on a different continent of Pandora. While the story is original, fans may recognize some reference to the events of the films, as everything is happening on the same moon. The DLC is set in a new area called Hearts of the Plains and begins with the migration of the Zakru, during which you find a new mount, the Dire Horse. Later you can participate in the Great Games, which are quick challenges you can do as a side activity. However, while the Navi celebrate the migration, a Valkyrie crashes into the camp, leading to many deaths among the Zakru and the return of the RDA. There are some side quests that need to be completed before continuing the main story of the DLC, such as quests that involve jamming your seed device for hacking. Without completing this quest, you can't finish the story. Additionally, you can't return to the main map without completing DLC story. Most of the animals and enemies are just reskins of NPCs from the main game. The final boss is not unique either, it resembles a normal enemy encountered through the story. The RDA can sometimes be very difficult to kill, which provides a little challenge. The game feels and looks just like a movie, visually it's incredible, and the acting is good. Overall, Massive did a great job making this DLC. I would give it a score of 6.5 out of 10. For the next DLC, I hope to see more content and would love to see some character from the movie to appear, not just mentioned in the story. That could make the game much more enjoyable. Thank you for watching, and if you like what I do, like and subscribe.